On February 12, 2011, 10 students from the University of Florida ventured into Ellison's Cave. Their adventure, however, quickly turned into a nightmare.
A weekend getaway ended in tragedy for a group of University of Florida friends.
Students at the University of Florida continue to mourn the death of two of their own. Michael Prire and Grant Lockenbach died on Saturday after getting trapped in a cave in Georgia.
This is the unfortunate story of the Ellison's Cave tragedy. It was February 12, 2011. Winter was almost over, but the cold was still intense. 10 students, 5 boys, and 5 girls from the University of Florida decided to go caving. The group leader was Grant Lockenbach, who was looking forward to celebrating his 20th birthday the following week. He and his close friend Michael both loved adventures. They had been caving before and thought this would be another exciting experience. Ellison's Cave, located in Walker County on Pigeon Mountain in Georgia, is over 1,000 feet deep and has the deepest unobstructed pit in the United States, known as the Fantastic Pit. The students traveled more than 400 miles from their university to get there. They arrived in Georgia the day before and booked a hotel near the wildlife management area. The next morning, they woke up excited and prepared for their adventure. They dressed casually and packed their caving materials like headlamps, helmets, and ropes. However, they left their phones behind, thinking they wouldn't need them. As they started their climb, the cold intensified, but they didn't think much of it. They had dressed casually the last time they went caving, so they assumed it would be fine this time too. They planned to explore only a small part of the cave and then head back. After hiking for nearly an hour, they reached one of the cave entrances. It was a narrow opening with jagged edges, so small that only one person could pass through at a time. They couldn't see anything beyond the entrance, just darkness. One by one, they lowered themselves into the cave and turned on their headlamps. Inside, the cave's beauty amazed them, but the cold was biting. In the summer, the cave's water is around 56 degrees Celsius. Imagine how freezing it would be in the winter. The group decided to explore only a small part of the cave. They had no plans to go near the water. As they explored, one student's backpack slipped and fell into the warm-up pit, a vertical drop of 125 feet. The backpack contained essential supplies, and Grant, being the leader, felt responsible for retrieving it. Despite his friend's warnings, he decided to go down. Grant secured himself with a rope and began his descent. The temperature dropped rapidly, and the sound of the nearby waterfall grew louder. Halfway down, he felt a jolt. His harness had snagged, and he was stuck. Panic set in as he tried to free himself. In the struggle, he lost his balance, and the icy water from the waterfall drenched him. Grant's screams for help were faint against the roar of the waterfall. His friends above could hear him, but couldn't see what was happening. Michael, determined to save his friend, strapped himself to the same rope and descended. Michael reached Grant, who was shivering uncontrollably and barely coherent. Michael tried to untangle Grant, but he too became ensnared in the rope. The freezing water drenched them both, and they were stuck, unable to move up or down. Above, their friends were frantic. They shouted words of encouragement and tried to keep the boys' spirits up. Realizing they needed professional help, some of the group members rushed out of the cave to call for rescue. Back at the cars, the students retrieved their phones and called 911. It was 2:19 p.m. In the cave, the situation was dire. Grant and Michael's strength was waning as the cold drained their energy. Their friends above could hear their voices growing weaker. The rescue team arrived quickly. Trained and equipped for such emergencies, they descended into the pit. They found Grant and Michael hanging limply from the rope. Despite their best efforts, it was too late. The boys had succumbed to hypothermia. The news of Grant and Michael's deaths was a crushing blow to their friends, families, and the university community. the rescue team faced the grim task of retrieving their bodies, a process that took several hours due to the entangled rope and freezing conditions. In the days that followed, the University of Florida mourned the loss of two bright and adventurous young men. Grant was remembered for his leadership and passion for sociology, and a memorial fund was established in his name to support scholarships. Michael was honored posthumously with the Carnegie Medal for his bravery. The Department of Fine Arts also created a scholarship fund in his memory for students who demonstrated the same qualities he had shown. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.